Thanks for joining in on my cooking demo. Today I'm going to be making for you butter tarts, and I'm going to be making honey garlic meatballs and rice. But first off, I'm going to start by telling you a few things about Epicure if you're new to Epicure. First off, all of their ingredients are clean. They promote healthy eating. Many of the products you see on the Epicure website can be made dairy-free. Everything is gluten-free, made in a nut-free facility, and many of the products can even be made vegan. So it's a really, really awesome company for people who have food sensitivities or allergies. So if that's you, ask me and I can recommend some products that would work for you. So I'm going to get started with making dessert first, so that it can cook in the oven while everything else, while I'm preparing the rest of the meal. So we should have dinner and dessert on the table and ready in less than 20 minutes. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the butter tarts. The only other ingredient it calls for on the package, other than the package mix, is a 1/4 cup of butter and a 1/4 cup of water. So that's all I'm going to add. It does say that if you want a thicker butter tart, which I do, then you can add an egg. So I'm going to do that. I'm using Epicure scissors to cut this open. Let's see what we have inside. This is my first time making these. They smell delicious. I'll let you see what it looks like in there, as you can see. So I'm going to pour this in the bowl. It says it makes 18 mini butter tarts, and I've pre-cooked my pie shells. The pan is still a bit hot, but anyways, I pre-cooked those so that they would be ready for me to start with this. I'm going to add in the butter and the water mixture. It calls for warm water and melted butter. It calls for unsalted butter, but we buy salted butter, and I've always used it in all of my recipes, and we don't really notice much of a difference. I'm using Epicure's mini whisk. This is actually my first time using this too. I really wanted it. Now I have an excuse to use it, which is exciting. So I'm going to whisk that all together, and then I'm going to add the egg. Go. I think I've got a little bit of a shell in there. A little trick. If you use your egg that you've just cracked to scoop out the shell, that's the easiest way to do it. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to whisk in this egg. And then I'm going to divide it amongst the pie shells, and I'm going to put it in the oven to cook while I'm preparing the rest of dinner. Adding the egg, I think, was the right call. It's already thickened this up, but I know it's going to thicken a bunch more once it sets. Okay, so I think that's good. Now I'm going to get a spoon that I can scoop this with. Here are my pie shells that I've already pre-baked. It said 10 to 12 minutes. And then you're going to put it in the oven for another 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm just going to scoop this yumminess into each one. Bear with me. I'm not going to be the most graceful here since I'm kind of rushing to get this in the oven, because I want to show you that it is possible to get dinner on the table in less than 20 minutes. We've actually got a bunch of sick kids in our house right now, so I was trying to think of what I could make that would be super quick so that we have a good dinner on the table. Okay, there we go. And I've got these on Epicure's cake pan, or sorry, not cake pan, Epicure's sheet pan and liner. If you follow my VIP group, you'll see that I am a huge fan of this gadget from Epicure. The main reason being is the sheet pan. I don't know if you can see, but it has this liner that has a lip around it, which is a huge game changer for cleanup. What that means is anything you cook on this liner, which doesn't stick to it, and nothing leaks off the liner and onto your pan, so you don't have to clean your pan. You just have to clean the liner. The liner is bendy and flexible, so it just goes straight in the dishwasher, making cleanup so much easier than what you would normally have to do with scrubbing your pan, which is a bit of a nightmare. Okay, here we go. I've actually got way more filling than I have pie tarts for. I don't know if that's because maybe I added the egg. Maybe that puts a little more in there. But I think these are all pretty full. I don't want to fill them too much. I'm going to pop this in the oven. And if you have any questions while I'm doing this demo, just pop them into the comments, and when I'm done, I'll answer all your questions. So as you can see, these are ready to go in the oven. I'm going to pop them in now, and it says for 10 to 12 minutes. I still have quite a bit of mixture left, so I feel like you could definitely get more out of it. As you can see, I've got quite a bit left in the bowl. Okay, now I'm going to prepare the meatballs in Epicure's multi-purpose steamer. This, if you aren't familiar with their steamers, they are amazing. They can cook in the microwave and in the oven up to 450 degrees. So they're honestly the most versatile kitchen gadget. I've been using mine more and more. So what it says is, here's the meatballs. It says I'm just going to add, let me see here, 2 tablespoons of seasoning to the ground beef. This is my first time making this, and when I open it, I can smell, honestly, it smells like honey garlic, which is perfect. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of seasoning, and the rest is going to go into a pan to make the honey garlic sauce. I'm surprised that there's no binding agent or anything with it, but that's all it says. So I'm just going to combine this. I'm going to form it into meatballs, and then I'm going to layer it in the steamer and cook for 4 minutes. Like meatballs ready in 4 minutes. That's pretty crazy. And while those are cooking, I'm going to make the sauce. This is the only part I hate about making meatballs, is I know I'm going to have to get my fingers in here, which is gross. But we'll do what we do to eat, I guess. Okay, so I think that's all mixed in nicely. I'm going to form these into balls, and I'm going to line them in the bottom of the steamer. Not really sure how big to make them. I think I'm going to make them pretty big so that I only have to do 1 layer. So I might cook it a little longer, like 5 minutes. I have a feeling that this is going to be so good. It doesn't smell spicy at all. Some of Epicure's seasoning packs can be a little bit spicy. So what I've learned to do is only use half a pack. If you're someone who can't handle spice like my family, just use half a pack. And then you get 2 meals out of 1 pack. And then it's the perfect amount of heat. Wow, I don't know what I was doing there, but that meatball is like 2 times the size of the others. Okay, there we go. Butter tarts are cooking in the oven. Now, if you're watching this video and you've attended a party and you've had a good time with this party, you think I've done a good job, and you think this is something that maybe your friends and family might like, reach out to me after, because I can help you earn some free Epicure. How it works is it starts at $250 in sales, which is actually pretty easy to get. Most of my parties I'm able to get that. And then you will earn free product As long as you hit that threshold, you'll earn free product credit plus a couple 50% off items. The more your party earns, the more you get in free product. It's actually it's really great. Like I'm able to get so many goodies for everyone I host for. So if that interests you, just reach out to me after and we can chat. No pressure, but I can tell you about it and see if it's something that might work for you. Now, I've learned that I'm not very good at forming meatballs because they're all different sizes, but they're all going to look the same when they go down, right? Okay, I think that's pretty good. Just trying to make some of these monster ones a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. Wash my hands, and then I'm going to show you what they look like. Okay. Here they are. I've gotten a layer across the bottom. I'm going to put my lid on. And it says 4 minutes, but I'm going to, maybe I'll trust it. I don't know. I'm going to do 5 minutes because it's ground beef, and I'd rather it be overcooked than undercooked. Okay, so my lid is on. It's going in the microwave for 5 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to start preheating my pan, and I'm going to make the sauce. So it says, let's see, in a wok. I don't have a wok. I wish I had the Epicure wok. It's beautiful. Maybe one day, but I have just a frying pan. So I'm going to combine the remaining seasoning with 3/4 cups of water and 1 tablespoon of honey. Okay, I need a measuring cup. Now, I didn't mention it, but I've been using these Epicure prep bowls. They're amazing. 2 of them are in the dishwasher right now. That's why I didn't go and grab another one. But the awesome part about them is they have measurements all down the front. So they're perfect for measuring out whatever you're working on. And then they come with these silicone lids. So I just yesterday made Jell-O for the kids and put the lids on, and it went in the fridge, and then you can stack them on top of each other. These bowls are seriously that gadget that came in my kit. I didn't know I needed it, but now I use it almost every single meal. They're awesome. I highly recommend these. But because mine are all dirty, I'm going to measure out my water in a good old boring measuring cup. Okay, so here's my water. Okay, and then, so it says, in a wok, combine remaining seasoning with 3/4 cup of water and 1 tablespoon of oil. Bring to a boil over medium heat, stirring constantly. And it says to reduce the heat and simmer. I'm going to turn this a bit so you can see what's going on here. There we go. I'm going to add my honey. This just smells like all kinds of honey garlic goodness, honestly. This is going to be a good one, I think. This is going to be a keeper for our house. Okay, getting all that off there. Just going to rinse my mini whisk so I can use it. Stir everything around. And I forgot to time the butter tarts, so I guess I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to look when they're done and take them out. But it said 10 to 12 minutes, so. Lots of garlic in this, lots of sugary goodness. Let's see what it says is actually in this. Organic sugar, organic coconut palm sugar, cane sugar, cornstarch, garlic, organic tamari powder, which is organic soybean salt, organic maltodextrin, and sea salt. So that's pretty simple ingredients. And what I was thinking I would do too is I have some frozen green beans, so I think I'm going to add that to this mixture after I'm done putting the meatballs in there. Because why not? I need a veg to go with dinner. And as soon as the meatballs are done, I'm gonna cook some rice in my rectangular steamer. I'll get that now and I'll show it to you. It's actually in the dishwasher because I use it all the time. Let's see, where is it? Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to peek at my butter tarts, see how they're looking. Looking pretty good. Okay, so this is the rectangular steamer. You're going to hear me talk about this a lot. I love this thing. It is the perfect size for 2 people, or to make a side dish for a family of 4, maybe 2 adults and 2 kids. I love this thing. I cook scrambled eggs in this. It makes the fluffiest, tastiest scrambled eggs. Really, really yummy. So I'm going to pour my rice in here. And it's just like what you would do in a pot. Equal rice to water. Add the water. I'm going to add a little bit of margarine. You could add butter. Where did my stir? This is thickening up really nicely. I'll turn this down. I don't want it to burn. It smells amazing, let me tell you. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. And it's really thickening. This is going to be so good. Okay, so I add a bit of margarine to that, and then I'm going to go get my meatballs, and if they're cooked, I'm going to switch them out and put them into this. Adding my margarine. I think I'll add a little bit of pepper. I always like pepper in my rice. Okay, so now we're doing the switcheroo. This is going in the microwave for 6 minutes. Let's see how these look. Let's see, those look almost done. Okay, I'm bringing this over. I'm going to show you how this looks. Here are my meatballs. Perfectly cooked in the microwave in 5 minutes. So now I'm going to add them to my pan. Brown them up a little bit. Meatballs taste better when they're browned, I think anyways. Now, if you are attending a party, if you have any questions for me, be sure to ask, or you can just head on over. I'll have the link following this party popping up for you to go and do your shopping and get all of your order placed. Hopefully I've inspired you today and given you some ideas for a tasty dinner that you can have on the table, raw to ready in 20 minutes or less. This looks so good. Okay, so I'm going to let those simmer. I'm going to get rid of this because it's filled with grease. And then I'm thinking when this is almost done, I'll just add some frozen green beans to this and get them all mixed into the yummy honey garlic goodness. Let's check these butter tarts. Oh, they're starting to do that bubbly thing that butter tarts do. I think they're almost done. I should have timed it, but I didn't. Okay. I going to give these a stir, and then I think I'm just about done. I don't know if you can see this, but this looks amazing. I wish you could smell it. It looks so good. Let's see if I can show you. See what we have going on there. Delicious and so quick and so easy and healthy, and I think this is going to be a big hit with the kids, because what kid doesn't love honey garlic, right? I think that's it for today. My rice will be cooked because I cook rice all the time in there, so I know that'll be done shortly. I'm going to take out the butter tarts, I'm going to show you, and then I think we're going to be done here. Look at those. Those look like perfect, delicious, tasty little butter tarts. So I have made honey garlic meatballs, rice, and butter tarts all in 20 minutes, exactly 20 minutes. Thanks everyone for watching, and again, if you're attending a party, be sure to follow the link that follows this demo and get all of your goodies ordered. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye.